Daniel L. Davis is a retired lieutenant colonel after 21 years of active service with the U.S. Army. He is currently a senior fellow and military expert at Defense Priorities, a Washington think tank. Welcome back, Colonel. Good to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
Okay, so we had Russia's ambassador to the UN on Monday towing the Kremlin line, refusing to even acknowledge that there is this troop build-up on the border area with Ukraine, saying there is no proof Russia was planning an invasion. The UK ambassador, though, had this reminder of events leading up to two other Russian invasions. Here.
In 2008, Russia told this council that it was sending peacekeepers into Georgia. In reality, it was invading an independent democratic country. In 2014, Russia denied to this council the presence of its forces in Crimea. In reality, its soldiers were annexing part of an independent democratic Ukraine.
So 2022, will it be any different to 2008 and 2014? Any different outcome expected this time?
Well, we certainly hope there's a different outcome, but the ambassador is absolutely right to point out those facts because, look, in diplomacy and any other way, you have to pay some attention to what's said, but you really have to pay attention to what's happening on the ground. And without question, this is the largest military buildup in Europe, and certainly by Russia, really since the fall of the USSR. So, you're talking 30-something years. This is significant. This is bigger than anything that happened before Georgia, anything before the 2014 annexation. They are serious here, and I think we have to take that into consideration, that there is a good chance that they're going to act on this if they don't get what they want diplomatically.
Okay, so we'll get to the military side in a moment, but was there any benefit from this UN Security Council this session? It kind of played out pretty much as everyone expected, right?
Yeah, it did. And because, Russia and China both are also veto-wielding members of the UNSC, everybody knew ahead of time that this was not going to, result in any kind of action because that's not going to happen. I guess both sides really said, hey, we want to do this because we're going to put our position out there and we're going to get our talking points out there. But I think really both sides are probably talking to their domestic audiences as much as an international audience.
Okay, well, Pentagon spokesman John Kirby had an assessment Monday regarding the buildup of Russian ground forces, not just on Ukraine's border, but also neighboring Belarus. Here he is.
It's not just infantry, for instance, it's artillery, it's air defense. He's got a full range of military capabilities available to him, which only continue to increase the number of options available to him.
And to your point earlier, The Economist says this is the biggest concentration of firepower in Europe since the Cold War. So at this point, how much of Russia's military is now parked in Belarus and on Ukraine's border? And when it reaches this level of mobilization, is escalation more likely than de-escalation?
Yeah, and that's right. That's exactly what I was going to point out. It's much more than what Kirby was talking about there, because they also have 140 warships that have departed their ports for various locations around the world, certainly around the area around the Crimea, but also in other parts in the Pacific and the Atlantic. So I think that they are showing that they are deadly serious about this. And again, this is not just for show. They actually have the force that's necessary out there to actually carry through some of this stuff, and it could be pretty significant.
Significant too, the troop buildup in Belarus. It could mean some serious problems for the Ukrainians. This report from the New York Times has this: with much of Ukraine's military might concentrated in the country's east, where a war with Russian-backed separatists has raged for 8 years, military analysts and Ukraine's own generals say it will be difficult for the country to muster the forces necessary to defend its northern border. In fact, it's a 140-mile fast drive on a newly paved road straight to Kiev from that border with Belarus, with almost no Ukrainian soldiers in sight and no Western cavalry coming to save the day either.
That's right. And those are some of the most important things to really point out here, because nobody is coming to their rescue. And that's openly said, both by NATO leadership, by President Biden, and I think even Boris, in the UK, Boris Johnson. I think that they've all been unequivocal in saying that's not going to come. Ukraine on their own cannot defend against the armada that's amassed against them. So that's why it is so important that right now that we need to really just look at things on a cold reality base and acknowledge that we can't stay with the status quo and keep Ukraine from being invaded. We can't go with these deterrence things that we want, like with sanctions or whatever, thinking that's going to stop Putin, because it almost certainly will not. We got to do something different. if we want to avoid that outcome.
Yeah, we've talked about that over the last couple of days as well. That outcome being, to avoid this, there has to be some kind of moratorium on Ukraine's entrance into NATO and then hold those discussions. But that does not seem to be on the table right now. Lieutenant Colonel, great to see you. Thank you, sir.
Always my pleasure. Thanks.
Partygate.